Hi there, my name's Wolfster and welcome to episode 2 of this 18 episode series entitled Is the Human Race About to Mature? So episode 2 is about, as you can see there, reincarnation. And how does it work? How does it actually function? So understanding the process of it. Now, first thing I'd like to say is if you haven't actually watched episode 1, which was entitled Your Soul, What Is It? Understanding Your Soul and the 4 bodies of the soul. The soul is a collective of 4 different bodies: the mind, the body, the spirit, and the emotions. If you haven't actually watched that, then you would find it very, very interesting to watch that first. Because this one, episode 2, is a natural progression of episode 1. Indeed, as all of the episodes that I'm going to produce to you, they all follow on. You're going to find that as I'm going through, I'm going to refer to some that I've already done and also some that I'm going to be doing. Everything that I'm going to be saying in these 18 episodes all fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. And that is my credential, I guess you could say, because they all fit together. It's all one big picture, just like a jigsaw puzzle. You have all these bits and pieces, you put them together, and then, well, there's a big picture. And this is the big picture up here that I'm going to present to you. I'm starting in the middle, so I'm around here now. But in the future, I'm going to be moving up around here into speaking about where am I going, or where are we going as a race? And then I'm going to start right back to the origins of the universe. And where do we come from? Because this is the big picture, isn't it? Where do we come from? Who am I now? And where are we going? Those 3 topics. So anyway, I'll come back to this episode 2 right now. And this is about reincarnation. Now, obviously, everyone's aware about what that is. Reincarnation is the general idea that when we die, then our body stays behind and our spirit moves on. What it does when our spirit, together with, if you haven't, again, this is what I'm saying, you need to watch episode 1. You need to understand that our spirit is made up of 3 components: the connection center, the subconscious mind, and the what I'm calling the cauldron of your karma. These things actually move, and when we die, we become connected to the spirit of the earth. And the earth, it's kind of like we have a file within the earth spirit. And when we die, we transfer into the earth's file that she has on us. If you want, that's a very easy way of explaining it. So we transfer into the earth. Now I will make also the point that the earth, unlike your scientists say to you at the moment, that the earth is just a lifeless rock orbiting around a burning gas ball. This is not the case. The earth is a living being, just as the sun is, all the planets. There is actually 3 life forms. We know of 2 of them, animal and vegetable, because we can see that, we know it. But life actually exists in a larger sphere, and it exists in mineral form as well. And so the Earth is a living being. She is alive. She has a mind, emotions, a body, obviously, and she has a spirit. And when we die, we transfer into like a file into the Earth's spirit. She is our mother. That's why we call her Mother Earth. Or some prefer Mother Nature. But she is our mother. And also, I'd like to make a point. We, the human race, that is about to mature soon, we, the human race, are the Earth's fruit. We are the fruit of the Earth. But we don't own the Earth. It's not our planet. The Earth owns us, just like the Native Americans will tell you. The Earth does not belong to us. We belong to the Earth. But we are her fruit. And this might give you an idea about where I'm going with all of this, because what does the seed, what does the fruit have within it? It has the seed. So we carry the seed of the Earth. So that might give you a clue about where I'm going to be going. I'm not going to be talking about that now, but I think that's, not until episode 14. Yeah, you're going to want to get that, and please subscribe to it, this channel, so that you don't miss out. Anyway, I'll come back to reincarnation, because that's what I'm talking about now. So we die, we go into kind of like the Earth has a file on us, and then we return. The Earth is the one that decides when we are going to return and to the parentage that we have. She transfers our file into an embryo. I've got that right, isn't it? E comes before F. Yes. In an embryo. Now think of an embryo, it's kind of like a blank piece of paper. The embryo, as the cells divide, it doesn't have any memory or any experience. So it does have a spirit, but it's a blank sheet, like that. So when the Earth transfers our spirit into the embryo of a woman that just realizes, oh, I'm pregnant, then that then becomes an old soul. So we become reborn. And the purpose of that, the purpose of all of this, is we cannot possibly get to this state of maturity in one lifetime. It is absolutely impossible. We need to have a lifetime of being a man, being a woman. We need to have a lifetime of being rich and influential and being a slave. We need to experience so much to eventually mature that it cannot be done in one lifetime. It's impossible. So to me, reincarnation is the only thing that really does make sense. Because without that, we have no purpose. And purpose is something that in my future presentations, I'm going to focus on a lot, because life has to have a purpose. We need a purpose in our life. When we lose our purpose in life, we see it, people who retire, for instance. Their whole life has been about their job or their career, and then they retire and suddenly they've lost their purpose. So purpose is very, very important, and the only thing that makes sense for when we die is that we're going to come back and we're going to continue it. The thing is, why don't we remember our past lives? That's because if we did, then we would just follow on from that previous life with the same attitudes, the same thinking. Whereas we need to, our conscious mind, which is one of the three bodies, that the mind, the emotions, and the body, physical body, these all have to be renewed. But the spirit is who you really are. We're not our body, we're not our mind, we're not our emotions, but we are our spirit. And that contains those three aspects to it that I mentioned: the connection, the way we connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. It contains our subconscious, all our memories from not just the one previous life before, but also previous lives before that. It's an accumulation of all our memories. That all goes with us in the spirit. And also, if you haven't seen episode 1 about karma, I've demonstrated what karma is. It's our good deeds, and karma is actually the engine of the vibration of our spirit. So if we are low on karma, then we vibrate at a low level, a heavy level. If we're high on karma, then we vibrate at a higher frequency. So that's why reincarnation and coming back is so important, because we as the fruit cannot be the fruit and fulfill our purpose as the fruit of the earth unless we mature, but we cannot mature in one lifetime. And fruit is only good if it's ripe. You ever tried to eat an unripened apple? An unripe banana? Well, that can poison you. So yeah, we have to mature, and this takes many, many lifetimes. Now you may ask a question, and one of the questions that I'm going to answer here is, all right, well, if we keep coming back all the time, how come the population of the earth is increasing? If that's what we do, we keep coming back, we return. Well, as I demonstrated, an old soul comes back, and the earth transfers our life into the embryo of a child, and then we come back with all the information that our soul contains, our spirit rather contains from our past lives. But it starts out in a very, very early stage, before that happens, as a blank page. Now, if an old soul is not transferred into the embryo, and the embryo then develops into a fetus, then as soon as it has some experience, then it no longer becomes a blank page. And the embryo is then born as a new soul. And that's how the earth populates itself, with new souls, if a older soul is not transferred into the fetus. So does that make sense? I hope so. I've discussed this with many people. This is a question I've been asked. I've been developing all of this for well over 20 years, doing readings for people, rune readings, and that was a question that was often posed to me, and pretty much everyone has said, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." So, of course, we do get to a point where once our karma becomes full, we become mature. When we get to that point, then we don't need to return. But I'm afraid I'm going to answer this question. So, okay, where do we go if we are a mature person, a mature spirit? Where do we go? But I'm not going to answer that now because I've got so much more to tell you before I can get to that point. This behind me here is this is where I'm talking about now in episode 1, episode 2. My next one is going to be in episode 3. I'm going to give you a formula that demonstrates the importance of purpose. And then I'm going to move through some other things that will help you to actually mature in this lifetime. Some qualities, some suggestions. It's up to you to do it. I can't do it for you. But if you follow this, this is what has helped me. Okay, and this is why I'm doing everything. Everything that I'm going to be saying here, everything that I've come to appreciate there, is what has helped me, and I'm hoping that it might help you too. But of course, you've got to do it. So, in episode 3, as I've said, there will be a formula that I've put together, and this formula is going to eventually be used right at the top here when I start to talk about where do we come from. And that's not just where do we come from as a human race. That actually is down here. But I'm going to talk about where did the universe itself come from. Also demonstrating things like just on the way, sort of things I'll add on is what is gravity? I'll answer questions like the famous slit. That slit demonstration that scientists are talking about now. I'll give you some ideas as to why that is, why matter actually, or atoms, actually change depending on whether they're viewed or whether they're not viewed. So I'm going to go all the way through that. So please, I'm pretty sure you're going to like what I'm saying. So if you do, and I'm sure you will, then please, you know what to do. And just look down there. Please help me to get this information out, because I do just want to help people. I want to help the human race to mature, because we indeed are at a precipice now, and this is the time for this to happen. So please check that down the bottom, give me the like, subscribe, and please share. And I am Wolfster, and I will see you soon in episode 3.